Hello, Internet. This is SAR Mortinian here with another episode of Shenanigans, my weekly vlog where I talk about stuff, whatever I want to, really. Alright, so what's been happening? Well, Christmas break, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, it was 3 weeks, but I don't remember most of it. I mean, it was just video games, hanging with friends. It was all good. Got to spend a lot of time with SAR Zudishuda, because he's still living down there in California with my family. Well, near my family, I shouldn't say with. It's not like living in my house or anything creepy, just like sniffing my pillows. Yeah, it was a good break. I enjoyed the relaxation. I couldn't film. I just didn't have any access to good recording equipment. And the stuff that I did film wasn't in full resolution and wouldn't upload properly, so I just gave up. It wasn't really worth it, and I just, yeah, you know, that was what happened. But I went to an interview for graduate school, and I feel like that went well. It was it was last weekend, right? So the interview was last Friday, so a week and a day ago, 8 days ago, and I land Thursday night at this airport, and it's in the middle of a snowstorm, like that Doom snow front that hit last weekend is just wrecking this airport. But we were almost already there when the snowstorm started, so it's not like they could have just, turn around. And it was not a smooth landing, shall we say. And as we're coming out of the plane, just cancellations left and right. There's like, we are not, it's fine. It's really, we're just not. So, made it in by the skin of my teeth, and then left very early in the morning on Sunday, and, well, yeah, barely survived. Well, I actually flew out in a nice, it was like a calm moment, almost, in the cold storm Doom. It wasn't very windy. It was not a cloud. Well, I'm not going to say not a cloud in the sky. It wasn't very cloudy. Snow wasn't really an issue, so I got out pretty good, Overall, can't complain. Oh, here's something you might notice. The fact that my beard is pretty much non-existent. I've got what effectively amounts to 5 o'clock shadow going on right now. It's a little bit longer than that, but not by much. It's getting there. You can definitely see, though, like this, that the side parts of my beard are thinner than the central area going up the middle. That's because the school that I'm applying to is in a more conservative area of the country than I currently live in, and when I was looking at pictures of the school, no one had facial hair, and I thought that might subconsciously negatively affect their perception. That's what I'm looking for of me. So I shaved it off. Oh, what's the? I don't care. Got an update. Not a big deal. Yeah, so I had to shave it off. Growing back nice and slow. Because I hadn't cut it in years. Literally years. It had just been growing and growing and growing. And when you don't cut it regularly, beards don't grow back that fast because they're not used to having to kind of defend themselves by constantly growing. It's annoying. I didn't find out until after I had shaved, which was, great. But what you gonna do? Back here at college, I'm taking a class on contemporary Korean culture, and that's actually turning out to be very interesting. We're going over history in Korea. We're predominantly focusing on the 20th century, though we spent part of this week covering all the way from the beginning of legendary Korea up to about, I think 1950 is where we caught up to. But as I said, the majority of that was between 1900 and 1950. So that's what you got. Let's see. What else? Oh, I got a new set of headset. A new headset, I should say. It's the Razer Tiamat 7.1 speakers, headsets, communications device. They're incredibly comfortable. They've got incredibly high fidelity in the sound, even on just the 2.0, because I I don't have 7.0 connection or 7.1 connection yet, and even just on the 2.0 channel from a basic motherboard sound, it's just quality. It's so good. The speakers or headphones, pardon me, run about $200, so it's a hefty chunk of change. But luckily, it was Christmas recently, and my parents decided that they loved me, and they got me these because I needed some headphones to help record. And that's all gameplay videos from now on will have sound coming out of that microphone. It seems to be pretty high quality. I'm at least enjoying it, so we're going that way. Goodness. Here's one thing that's interesting. In my class about Korea, we have to watch at least one movie that's a modern Korean movie and do a review kind of thing about it. It's a couple pages, and we've got to actually talk about how it's Korean culture, this, that, and the other. But I rented one from my professor, and it's called Shiri. There you go, Shiri. And it's apparently some kind of awesome action movie about a North Korean spy destroying South Korean something. I think the North Korean assassin is named Shiri, hence the name of the movie. And I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it in all of its glory. One thing I will say, though, my school does this accelerated one course over the month of January, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. It gets tiring. It gets really tiring trying to cover 3 semester credits in 3 weeks and 2 days. I have not slept a lot, needless to say. And another piece of news today at Gaming Club, we were able to continue to talk about Whitcon, which is coming up April 19th and 20th. I know that's quite a far ways out. What is it? It's the 12th today, so 4 months and change. I'm going to tell you right now, though, you are going to want to start looking into that. We have a website where you can pre-register for the convention. I will put the link in the description. But if you pre-register, you get a shirt, the convention shirt, and one piece of all of the various swag items that we're going to be selling at the convention. And that's beneficial to you for 2 reasons. One, if you pre-register, what you are doing is paying for the shirt and the ticket. And then you are getting the rest of the swag for free. So, saving money, being awesome, having all that good stuff. And one of the things you get is a printed program and map, so you can find your way around. And another thing you get is a nice, fancy printed name tag, because if you show up the day of, yeah, you only pay $5, but we use Sharpie to write your name on a thing, and it looks like crap, and it's not. It's what you gotta do. We're a club, we don't have fancy printers, so we can really only afford to print once in advance. And then beyond that, if you want a shirt, and you're like, I only want the shirt, though I don't want the other stuff, get the other stuff anyway, because we are a club, we don't have the money. We're gonna have to order shirts once we have orders from the con. We're not going to have extra stock there. It's going to be the pre-registration shirts only, and then maybe one of each in sizes, so you can try them on and test. See what size you are, but we can't sell them to you there. So pre-register, website, do it. Accepts all major credit cards. You want to. And I'll probably update you guys more on that as time goes on. Yeah. I think that's probably the way to go. My God. Another fun thing I've been doing is I've decided, with all this free time that I have, while I'm trying to make videos for you guys, doing my class, doing the homework for the class, which is quite intensive, considering that, we're covering a week of class every day. I'm also attempting to work out. So I'm actually doing P90X3 and destroying my body. And I've got experience with the original P90X. It did wonders. And I'm being a salesman here. It was really great. I lost like 600. No, I didn't lose any weight. I actually stayed the same weight, but I converted it from fat to muscle. Turned me from weak little guy that couldn't lift anything into someone who was pretty strong, pretty fit. But I've been lazy, and so I figured I'd get back into it. And Tony Horton just released P90X3, which is nice half-hour workouts. They're awesome, and I hurt a lot. All of my muscles are just tense, but it's for the greater good. It's for the greater good, ladies and gentlemen. I know it is. I know it is. Well, that's all I can think of for this week, and we're at about the time point. So, thank you for watching. Please like, favorite, subscribe. Use all your social media devices. Also another thing. I'm kind of looking to make a shirt or some swag for this channel potentially. So, if you have ideas, comments are appreciated. Perhaps the person who gives me the comment that inspires my design will get a free one. Maybe. We don't know. Possible. But regardless, let's see, I've already... like, favorite, subscribe. Do all your social media shenanigans, spreading the good word of the SIR team. And I'll see you next week. Bye.